Okay, so basically, this is very exciting, and LifeVantage. I've known LifeVantage for probably over 6 years, and so when people, at first about 6 years ago, somebody talked to me about it. It was another naturopath doctor in Midwest, and so I thought it was very interesting, and then I wanted to do some more research, and then for the next like 3 years or so, a few more doctors talked to me about it, my friends who were using it. And so it took me 3 years to do the research. And then I was convinced this is really one of a kind, and it's like the future of health and wellness. That's why I want to share with you about nutrigenomics. That's what we have in our hand right now. And so I decided to use the product about a couple of years ago with my clients. And it's interesting that actually, when I started using the products with my clients, I started to see dramatic improvement just across the board with people with all kinds of chronic health issues. And so if I add Protandim to their, just protocol and treatment plan, and so they were getting much better faster. And in May 2016, my dad, actually, he was 89 years old at the time, and he had a major stroke, and he's been living in China. So I had 22 bottles of Protandim NRF2 in my office. So I took all of them back. I also took back like a half suitcase of, different herbs and supplements. And when I went back, he was in critical condition in the emergency room. And the doctor said he was not going to make it. But I muscle tested him, and I felt like Protandim was like the only thing probably he would need. And so I gave him a bunch of Protandim NRF2. And so he recovered really well. Long story short, he had three major brain clots, the blood clots in the brain, and so he didn't need surgery. And in about 4 days, all the blood clots went away. And so he got out of the hospital in 1 week. And then I continued to do acupuncture on him and massage plus Protandim NRF2. That was the only thing he was taking at the time. And in 5.5 weeks, he made a full recovery. He was bedridden when he got out of the hospital, but then he made a full recovery in 5.5 weeks. He was able to walk again. And he was able to take shower and eating by himself, and so it was pretty dramatic. And then what I didn't expect is that actually about 3 months later, not only his health was just totally just changed, because ever since the stroke, we stopped him of all the medications he was taking for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, congestive heart failure, Parkinson's disease. He was only taking Protandim NRF2. And a few months later, his blood pressure was normal, cholesterol was normal, and his Parkinson's symptoms were all gone. That was like I was very surprised about that. I didn't expect to see that. So from my dad's experience, I've realized that this product is a whole lot bigger story than what people thought. And so anyways, what I want to say is that in the past 2 years, I've used Protandim with many of my clients, and I've seen probably more miracles in the past 2 years than the past 25 years of my practice. And so that's what we're talking about, nutrigenomics. And basically, nutrigenomics is really the future of health and wellness. We are now using nutrition, plant-based nutrition. We can control our gene expression. So we talked about NRF2. So NRF2 is a protein messenger. When it's activated, basically, it can go into the cells and control the gene expression. So basically, that's what we're talking about, the market disruptor. That's the NRF2 protein gene expression. So now we can turn off the genes that causes all these chronic health issues, such as cancer, diabetes, heart disease, autism, and then turn on the genes that kind of strengthens our immune system. And so here's a video, John Quinones from Prime